Hi, my name is Peyton Spilker. I'm a mechanical engineering student here at Letourneau, and this is my risk management matrix project. For a little bit of background, I'm doing an internship at STEMCO here in Longview, and I work in rubber injection molding, making truck seals for wheel hubs. So for my first scenario, the rubber molding machines we work with are 50 tons. They close with about a couple 100 pounds of pressure, if not more, and usually operate at 380 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's a couple risks there. The first one being it's hot. 380 degrees Fahrenheit is not something you really want to come in contact with, and operators are putting parts in and out of the mold. So this is a problem. The analyzed risk is obviously accidental contact with the mold. And the solution is pretty simple. It's just proper PPE. Arm sleeves, you still wouldn't want to come in contact with the mold, but they'll protect you for a little while. If you accidentally touch it, you won't get burned. And then some pretty thick gloves. You can see mine are pretty blackened by wear. You can pretty much put your hand on the mold and not feel a thing. So it's really good for operators. They can move parts in and out with ease. On my matrix itself, I have it at a risk 2 and severity 2. The risk isn't very high because we have proper measures in place to protect them that we'll go over here in a second. And severity 2 because if they do get burned, they don't wear their PPE properly. You could get second, third degree burns, but it's not going to be fatal. Scenario 2, these molds are closing with a couple 100 pounds of force, a lot of force, and that's pretty dangerous. So operators could get crushed. That's the risk at hand. So risk management, we have a couple controls in place. We have light curtains, so essentially around the door of the machine. If you press start, the door closes, then the mold closes. If you cross that light curtain during any moving feature, the whole machine shuts down. You have to restart the process. So that's very efficient. I've accidentally crossed the light curtain a couple times and it shuts down instantly. And also the door controls. You have to hold down the start button for the door to close. That way you're not pressing start and then, oh, I gotta go grab something. So you have to hold it the whole time. That is pretty high on my my matrix. I have it at 3. That's one step away from the maximum risk, and severity 3, fatal. I have it at a risk 3 because our measures are pretty good and it's pretty hard to mess this up. You'd have to tamper with the controls in place to get hurt. But if you do get hurt, you could lose a limb, lose an arm, and that could be fatal, and that's not good. Scenario 3 isn't necessarily rubber molding exactly, but when the parts come out, the seals, they need to be trimmed. So we have about a cubic foot trimmer, automatic trimmer in place. The operators place a single seal in and then start it, it trims it, and then they take it out. Not a huge risk here, but it is a moving part, so that arm comes across, they can get snagged, they can get cut, etc. So risk management in place. In order to start the machine, you have to put the seal in, and you have to 2-hand start the machine. It has to be 2 hands. If you use one, it won't start. If you start it and then the door doesn't close, or the door is in the middle of its closing sequence and you lift your hands, it'll stop. So that's not very high, but we have proper measures in place. So I have it at a risk 1, severity 1. It's very hard to mess up that process, and again, you'd have to tamper with it in order to get hurt. And if you do get hurt, you might get a little cut on your hand or wrist. So it's not that deep. Thank you so much.